guys. I wanted to start off by saying that I miss you guys all so much. I hope you guys are all safe, having fun, learning some new hobbies. Yeah, I miss all of you guys like crazy, and I can't wait to finally get back to you hopefully soon. With that, my lesson is titled Stand and then fill in the blank. Okay, so my first verse is from Ephesians 6:10-13. I'm not a Bible quizzing wizard, so I'm reading it. Finally, be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the schemes of the devil. For we do not wrestle against the flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in heavenly places. Therefore, take up the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand firm. So I chose this verse because I think as high schoolers, we are surrounded by all of this very worldly stuff. The way people dress, the way people talk, just all of that stuff in general, and it just like comes at us in every direction, especially in school settings, just even being out in public too. But so I think it is extremely important for us teenagers to wear this armor and wear it proudly, because without this armor, it's just like, it makes everything around us so much more tempting. This is my dog Hannah, so if you hear them, they're like right here. There's also Sugar, but we don't want to fall into this temptation, because it just leads us down this dark path that I know none of us really want to get into. So my second verse is actually a verse that my friend sent me inside of a letter. After I decided that I wanted to do this devotion, and I thought it just went perfectly with this. It's John 13:7. You may not understand now what I am doing, but someday you will. This verse actually is like, when I read it, I was just like, wow, it's like so powerful, because we go through all of this stuff, rather it be anxiety, depression, family issues, just all this really negative stuff. And I think that like having that thought that God has something better planned out for you is just like something that you can really lean on. So I just thought that these two verses worked really well together, because for me personally, my school experience, middle school and elementary school, wasn't hanging out with the best people, and my mom was always telling me like, Alissa, you gotta pull yourself away from these people and all this stuff. And then it wasn't until high school that I decided, I was like, I really like want my walk with God to grow stronger. So I began to realize that she was right, and I needed to pick out my friends better. And so that's when I decided to put on my armor of God and protect myself from all of this stuff around me. And now, turning 18, I began to realize and look back, because you're an adult now, I began to look back and I'm like, wow, like look at how God has used me in ways that I didn't know I could be used. So you really have to like protect yourself from the things that you do, because if God can't trust you in one area in your life, how can he use you in another? So that brings me to one of my notes in here. It actually says, never doubt when you feel like God is calling or speaking to you. I know that for me, also personally, that I didn't ever think that God could use me. I was like, that's crazy. Like me, the things that I've done, the mistakes that I've made in my life, like why would he want to use me? There's so much better people out there. But I also think that all of us teenagers have that doubt, and it's not good to have it, because then we begin to miss out on saving other people. So I know that God is calling all of us in different ways, rather it be you singing, you praying for someone in the altar, praying for someone personally at home, befriending someone. There's just so many different ways that we don't realize, and we really have to stop doubting it, because these are souls that we are losing. I also think that standing up for what you believe in out in public, even when others around you don't believe the same thing that you do, will also draw souls into church, because when you stand up, they see that strength that you have and that power that you have believing in this, and it interests them. So with feeling that God is calling you, you also have to understand that even if you are doing the things that you should be doing that people can see, you also have to think about the things that you do when people aren't seeing, what you like on social media, the people that you follow, and all of that type of stuff. So another point that I put on my notes is you don't know who's watching you. I have 7 nieces and nephews, I think 3 nephews and 4 nieces, so they are all younger than me, and I honestly never realized until I got older how much of an influence that I had on them. And I think that for everybody is you don't realize the things that you do, even if they're small little things, that they see that and they want to follow that. So when you stand up and you're strong in what you believe in, these other younger generations are going to see that and want that same thing that you have. So the point of my lesson is to wear the armor of God, but wear it proudly. Be happy that you're a Pentecostal. Be excited to tell people that that's what you believe in, and and to never doubt that God is calling you for something greater, because I know I see all of you guys and I adore every single one of you guys, and I know that there's something better for you guys out there. You just have to wait for God to call you, and when it's your time and when He's ready for you. So with all of that said, my 4 questions are: 1, what is it that makes you stand out from others? 2, what 2 verses did I use? 3, what are my 2 dogs' names? I'm pretty sure I said both of them. And then 4, my title is Stand Blank. What is the blank? I said it inside the first verse, so it should be pretty easy to find. So again, I hope that all of you guys are doing fine. I can't wait to see everyone again. Love you guys. Bye.